Welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Tarot by Celeste, and this reading is a 6-card spread to see collectively what are the blessings that are coming to you soon. What blessings will be arriving to you soon? Before we start, I just want to light some incense, bless the cards, and keep it going. It is Independence Day, so happy Independence Day if you observe Independence Day. If not, every day is a great day. Ooh, okay. My fan is on, so I'm gonna have to bring this here and light it so the flame doesn't go out. I got the cone incense. I like to just get different incenses. But the cone's actually a little bit stronger than the ones on the stick. And the ones on the match, they just smell amazing. Just say a little prayer. Oops, my phone can't. Money, purify these cards. Show me the truth and nothing but the truth for this collective reading. May the viewers have the answers they seek, and may the cards show them what it is that they want to know. Okay, so let's shuffle and let's get ready to see what blessings are coming in for you next. I don't like this one, and I don't like this one, but they just fell out when I was shuffling. So what this could mean for someone listening, watching, is that you're probably most likely moving from a period of like just chaos, disruption, toxicity, fighting, arguing, just a completely toxic cycle into a cycle that's more expansive and free and like almost in some ways a new beginning. So that can be a blessing that's coming up for some people, like this toxic cycle is breaking. Maybe for some it could even be a new job, because the Three of Pentacles points to like new ventures. Or even, I don't really see home, but it could be moving, it could be a new job. Wow, I just couldn't imagine, that's a lot to deal with. Heavy energies. Alright, so what excuse me. What is the next blessing arriving in the collective's life? What is the next blessing arriving in the collective's life? Please show me everything we need to know for the 6-card spread about the next blessings arriving soon for the collective. Please show us everything in this 6-card spread for all 6 questions about the next blessing arriving soon for the collective. Okay. So the first question, as mentioned, what is the next blessing arriving in the collective's life? And the card pulled is the High Priestess. So the next blessing set to arrive in the collective's life has a lot to do with increased intuition. Yeah, an increased sense of inner knowing and intuition. And for some people, it could even be your psychic abilities. It may be a dream state or just a deep sense of just knowing. You may not know how you know. It's like becoming more astute. Astute people have a sense of knowing what they know, and they tend to be very accurate and they tend to be very correct. But they don't have proof of how they know these things. But their knowingness is spot on. So this is what I do see, like increased intuition increased spirituality, or if you are more religious, increased devotion in that regard. I do see with this increase, and it is a blessing, and it is coming in soon. Sorry, it's the 4th of July, so you will hear fireworks. I live in New York City. It's just, and it's just 4th of July, so it's just happening all over the nation. But back to your blessing. With this increase in psychic ability, and with this increase in spiritual knowledge or intuition or devotion, it is also increasing your spiritual protection, divine protection. It almost makes you invisible to the eyes of the enemies that seek you. So that's definitely a blessing that's coming in. And if it has anything to do with all that toxic energy that I just saw, then it makes absolute sense that you would get a card like this. So the next, when we think about opportunities coming your way, whatever the opportunity is coming your way, whether it's in love or in home or finances, you have to kind of rely on your sense of discernment, rely on your intuition, that sense of knowingness, that idea of being right, even though you don't know how, you don't have proof of knowing that you're right, but you're right. You have to rely on that when making, when those opportunities come your way, to know which decision to make. But just based on this card, it looks like things will be fine. So what area of the collective's life will be affected the most by this blessing? What area of the collective's life will be affected the most by this blessing? Let's see. It looks like career and finance. Looks like career, finance, even the idea of self-worth. Just knowing that you are that person. But definitely here in finance, either more clients, more customers, more products being sold, a new employment if you are seeking for a job, a raise. But I do see an increase in abundance. And if you are an entrepreneur or have your own business, that can also mean like an increase in sales, becoming more of a CEO. So even if like you're still building out your business and you don't have sales yet, you're becoming more business minded. You're taking on the embodiment of what it is to be a CEO type of person. And this could also indicate, especially with the High Priestess, a leadership opportunity coming by way of the collective. So congratulations on that. For card 3, or I should say, yeah, I guess our third card in the 6-card spread. What energy is clearing to make room for this blessing? What energy is being cleared to make room for this blessing? This is a beautiful reading, by the way. And the energy that's being cleared, it's maybe moving away from self-doubt and searching, especially with the High Priestess, searching within yourself for, again, that like knowingness. Turning to yourself for the answers, knowing that the magician didn't come out, but in a sense with the hermit, who is a sage, he has all the wisdom to make things happen and to know where to go next. But this is also the card of someone who's always, as wise as they are, this person is also always learning. So in order to make room for this blessing, you're being asked to, with all your wisdom and all the skills that you have and all of your talents, still be open to the fact that there's more to learn. And there's always a new idea with the light bulb. There's always a new idea generating. There's always something new you can learn or look for, or something more innovative that you can always do or bring into your business or to the workplace. So this card is just reminding you that even as wise as you are, be open-minded to searching for maybe information, that new knowledge. That'll be the perfect way to describe it with the Hermit. Be open to searching for new knowledge. Okay. The next question in the 6-card collective spread on blessings that are arriving soon. What must the collective do or continue doing to receive it fully? What should the collective, and I think it kind of goes with number 3, but we'll pull a card anyway. What should the collective do or continue doing to receive this fully? Ooh, I see rest. I don't know if I should put this here if people will see it. I see rest. I see rest. Maybe you've been through a lot of battles, especially with that first toxic cards that came out. And maybe it's been a lot of like searching and working and planting seeds and praying and being devotional and, you know, being spiritual or being religious. And sometimes spirit reminds us, or God, the universe, wherever your beliefs lie, reminds us that when you put the work in, sometimes you have to take a step back and let things grow, let things flourish, allow things to take place. You can't say 50 prayers in 1 week for 50 different things. Have a focus, which you had, which I see here the collective did have a focus, but give it a rest. Allow things to manifest for you. Allow the benevolence, the good invisible forces to work on your behalf. If you called on your angels, or if you called on God or Jesus, whoever you believe in, allow them to do the work. That's what they're asking you to do. Take a step back now. You've done your part. Let them do the rest. Sometimes we don't see sorry, I'm drinking water. Sometimes you don't see the results right away, and it's natural to think that nothing is happening. Things are working for your favor behind the scenes. Excuse me. And your blessings are arriving soon. So, I think I'm going to slide this out the way just because it's strong and the fan is blowing this all over the place. Oh, Lord. These nails do not make this an easy mission. Oh, shit. I hope I didn't burn my cloth, because I always do that. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to edit that out. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll just leave it raw and authentic. Sometimes the raw and authentic is the best. Yeah, I think I need to just slide this out the way and let the smoke go in a different direction so I'm not coughing up all the air I have inside my body. That was a joke, by the way. Okay. Yeah, this is better, because the smoke now is going, like, that way. Maybe I can move in a little closer with this. But this camera kind of, like, moves on its own, so let's just keep it. Okay, so yeah, it's just time for you to take a step back and let the universe, God, and the people you believe in and pray to work on your behalf to bring these blessings to fruition. The work is happening. You just need to, like, chill out, is what the cards are saying. Alright, moving on to card 5. Moving on to card 5. How will this blessing uplift or transform the collective? How will this blessing uplift or transform? Wow. It's going to be a lot of healing, a lot of restoration, a lot of deep replenishment. It's going to give you hope. It's going to give you a new, like, you know, when you start something new, or you move into a new place, or you start a new job and you have all this energy to do great and you want to see this thing go well and for it to thrive, etc. You're going to have that type of energy where you're going to feel very grateful, you're going to feel very blessed, but it's also going to reignite something in you. And maybe even something creative in you to want to just do good things. So I do see that happening. Maybe some people will be working at night. I don't know why this is coming out in my mind via the cards, or someone in the collective's energy. Maybe someone is a nurse or works in healthcare with patients, and they work better at night because something about the night sky helps them to heal the people that they take care of. I don't know if that makes sense for anyone out there, but this is definitely giving that energy. But I do see the ways this blessing will benefit you is restoration of faith. It's like you're gonna be like, yes, God was listening to me, or whoever you believe in was listening to you and heard your prayer and accepted your words. So that feels very good, very validating. You're gonna feel like, yes, my prayers were answered, and you're gonna have a renewal of hope and a renewal of faith, but also something restorative is gonna happen. And I think because your prayers were answered, and again back to the rest, you'll just be in a better state, mentally and physically and emotionally, especially mentally with the swords, um, and also physically. But yeah, definitely, that's what is up next. That's how you're gonna feel after this blessing comes your way. And last but not least, and I'm gonna pull some tea leaf cards, so we're not done yet. And maybe I'll do well, we'll see. I don't really feel to do an oracle, but we do some tea leaves at the end. So what divine message or spiritual guidance is around this blessing? What divine message or spiritual guidance is around this blessing? And it goes back to the first card where I mentioned you have to use your discernment and your sense of knowingness. Um, and I do think the divine message or encouragement from wisdom, from the spirit of the ancestors, is that you know what to do. You know what to do. Sometimes you have to cut through the fog. Sometimes you have to think about which thing is the most important thing to tackle, weighing out, to prioritize, weighing out your options. But you have the ability to cut through the fog and to get down to business, pretty much is what the cards say. So your higher self is reminding you that, you know what, also I see more than anything, your higher self is reminding you that even in a season of doubt, never be doubtful, because help is always on its way. And if you know that God, your ancestors, whoever you believe in and pray to and show devotion to, has came through for you in the past, they will come through for you again, especially when you are getting closer to the higher beings, to the highest power, or to the mighty power. You don't have to ever be in doubt about your blessings and about what's in your destiny. And I think that is the biggest message from your higher self about the blessing that's coming next for you. So in summary, your next blessing is more belief in yourself, more belief in your intuition, more belief in your ability to discern. The next blessing for the collective seems to be in the area of career and finance. Also with that, and also it could also be family. Now that I'm looking at this, like maybe more stability in home life. That could also be another thing that comes up. The Hermit reminds you that even though you are wise, you have many years of wisdom and learning and experience, be open to new ideas, be open to new innovations, be open to the fact that you don't know everything. You're still learning. It's time to kind of get off the treadmill, take a rest. Like the universe, God, whoever you pray to, heard your request, and it is being answered. And when you get that answer, you're always going to give thanks, but also it will restore your faith and renew your hope and faith. And just know that whenever things don't seem clear, whenever you don't have the answer right away, just know that, just keep the faith, because keep the faith, because you will always receive the answers. I hope that makes a lot more sense. Keep the faith, because you will always receive the answers. And with this card, it also cautions your higher self right here, is also cautioning you to be careful of praying for so many things at once. Like I mentioned earlier in this reading, do not pray for like 50 different things in a week. Really focus on what your priorities are. So if you need employment to secure housing, do not always say, oh, I need employment, you have to understand the divine knows what you need. It's just for you to ask for the help. So if you need employment to get housing, you don't have to, oh, I need a job, I need housing, I need this, yes, you do need all of those things, But let's start with the more important one. You need to secure employment that's adequate enough for you to be able to focus on your stability to survive. So that is the thing you focus on in terms of prayer or manifestation or journaling, whatever the tool you use to bring things from the celestial, from the invisible realm into the physical realm. Whatever mechanism you use, one at a time. Focus on the most important thing. Get your employment. Guess what? You save up your money. Now you have housing options. Now you can pray and ask the divine, okay, what would be the best area for me to live in? One might be closer to my job, but it might be an unsafe neighborhood. One might be a little bit further out, but the schools are better in this area. You ask, and then you use your own wisdom, clearly, because like I said earlier in the reading, the divine gave you this wisdom for a reason, and it's only deepening, but you have to be open to, maybe you don't know everything, so you might want to ask around or do your own research, fill in the gaps where they are, but you don't have to ask the divine for every single little thing, because there are things you can do on your own, but focus on what you need the most, and that's what they will help you with. It is a message from your higher self. So on that note, let's move on to the tea leaf. And let's see what the tea leaf has to say about your blessings. And if anyone here, I was eating earlier some guineps. Well, we call them guineps in the Caribbean, but I know the Spanish people call them guinepas. And I don't know what other people call them in other cultures, but they're really good. I think some people call them Spanish grapes. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these are not the Spanish grapes. I don't know. Alright, so moving on to the tea leaf. I'm going to put this over here. So I think I'm going to do another video if I have the energy tonight. Oh, look, even the Page of Pentacle right here at the bottom of the deck is reminding you, one small step at a time. One small step at a time. Rome was not built in a day. Oh, I forgot it came with this little baggie. Maybe I should put the cards in this one day, but I just keep them in the box because I like to keep them fresh. And I don't know if anyone has the tea leaf cards, but they're really wonderful, but they're very hard to shuffle. So I'm going to keep them in 2 decks because it's so many cards. Must be like over 200 cards in here. And I'll shuffle from each one to get a message about your blessings. And let's see how that ties into this reading. Okay, I grabbed this first, so let's just go with it. Okay. What is the next blessing arriving soon? Ooh. For the collective. What is the next blessing arriving soon for the collective? What is the next blessing arriving soon for the collective? What is the next blessing arriving soon for the collective? Wow. Look, it kind of goes with this. The Hermit. You have the Owl. Good advice from a wise person. That is a blessing coming in soon. And that wise person could be someone you know, or it could even be the divine itself. And think about it. When we pray and ask for help, the divine sends us responses through other people. Sometimes it might be a song. It might be something we hear on TV. It might be an advertisement and then we call a number. So just be on the lookout for signs, definitely. But one blessing coming in, according to the tea leaf, is good advice from a wise person. Amazing. I'm going to put that with the Hermit because that goes together. Okay. We'll pull 2 more from here and then 3 more. We'll do 3 from the other half. What blessings are coming in for the collective that are arriving soon? What blessings are arriving soon for the collective? What blessings? Ooh, we'll take. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We'll take this because this came out. Great passion. I think we also talked about that here with the star. That great passion being reignited into like we talked about. You get that new home, you get that new car, you have that new job, you just have that burst of energy, and you feel more passionate about things. So that is definitely a blessing that's arriving for the collective soon. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. This looks so much better. Okay, one more card from this side. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh my god, we talked about this too. I'm telling you, these cards don't lie. Another blessing, and we talked about angels. Another blessing arriving to the collective soon, and we talked about it here with the High Priestess. Spiritual guidance, protection from harm. So as you become more devotional in whatever your practice or religion is, it's going to increase protection for you. Like I said, almost to the point where it's like you're invisible to the evil eyes or evil forces. Amazing. All right. Let's pull from this set of tea leaves. So I love the tarot. It's just amazing. Ooh, look at this one. Wishbone. A wish is granted. A wish is granted. And I'm going to put that here. I'm going to put that there because that just makes sense. With all the... Oh, let's see what came out here. Dealings or relationships with a woman. Dealings or relationships with a woman. I think I'm going to shuffle again. It may make sense to you all, but something in me is telling me to shuffle. And the fact that that came out on the face down, maybe a blessing is if there's been a woman in your life that's been like annoying, a pestilence, a disturbance for you, she's going to be shut down. Let me see what flipped over in here. Blessings arriving soon to the collective. Oh boy. Great worry over nothing. This goes with this. Well, actually, I'll put this here. A wish is granted, so that's like the hopeful, the hope, the wish, right? That is the wish. That is the wish right there. And we talked about great passion, all in the same card. But with the whale, great worry over nothing. Like your higher self said. You never have to really worry, because if it's in your destiny, you will have it. And if your higher powers have come through, or your higher power has come through for you in the past, they will come through for you again, especially because you're so devoted and committed. I think we need 2 more cards. Wait, 2. Yeah, 2 more. 1 more card, actually. So please give me 1 more card from the tea leaf that shows the collective what blessings are arriving soon. What blessings are arriving soon for the collective? Please show in the tea leaf. What blessings are arriving soon in the collective? What blessings are arriving soon? Ooh, let's see what jumped out. Moon, changes in your life. I like that. I really do like that. Changes in your life. And I think that goes with the first cards that jumped out. The initial cards that jumped out that showed like all of that toxic energy and then like that new beginning. So the change is on its way, and it's actually going to be a full moon soon. So I mean, I don't know, if you're more religious, you might not believe in this unless you're like maybe Jewish or you follow Islam, because those religions kind of work on a moon cycle and they pray to the new moons and full moons. They have special prayers, etc. in those 2 religions. But in Christianity, I don't think so much. But if you are someone who does prayers or light candles during the moon, this would be a great time to continue working on bringing things from the invisible into your reality. And good things, because whatever you sow, you reap. And if you sow bad seeds, you reap a lot of bad. And sometimes it's never ending. And if you have children, it falls on them too. So you want to use the celestial powers very, very, very wisely. Very wisely. Yeah, changes in your life. I think that's great. I think that's great. Well, that concludes my reading. I hope you all like it. I don't know what my next topic will be, but I will figure that out and I will make a video and post it. See you at the next reading, and enjoy your blessings. Bye.